After the owners' meetings, Dan Campbell had a few words to say. I downloaded a couple of clips, and I'll respond after I play the clips. I don't own the rights to this content. It's for educational purposes only. Dan Campbell was very optimistic who they picked up in free agency. But let's listen to these clips and see what else Dan Campbell has to say.
We feel like the rehab and everything has gone well. We think this will heal. Everything's right about it. Then yeah, we feel good. And for what as long as if it goes the way we think it's going to go, Davenport is going to be a hell of a player.
Dan. People talk about with Ben leaving, the offense is going to change, but this is a Dan Campbell offense as much as a Ben Johnson offense, isn't it?
Well, this is a Detroit line offense, is what it is, and we did it right. We had 15 wins in a season. We played bad at the wrong time, and so careful tweaking things. What you got is good enough. We just got to. We got to play better in that moment. But it also means we can't stay the same. We all know that. That's not good for anybody.
The first thing we heard was that Marcus Davenport is going to have a great season, right? Basically, that's what Dan Campbell says. Now, we see the potential of Marcus Davenport. He's not a bad player at all. The thing that holds him back is injuries. If Marcus Davenport could play the whole season or the majority of the season and be there for the playoffs, there's no doubt in my mind that he will have a decent season. Dan Campbell said rehab's going well, but there's a lot of ifs in my statement, right? There's a lot of ifs there. But we shall see about Marcus Davenport. I hope for the best, because if he plays the whole season, that means the Detroit Lions will be right there. But then again, I'm not even convinced, like other people are, like other Lion fans are, that Hutch will be the same player he was last year before he got hurt. It might take another year, but hope I'm wrong. But I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. The other question was asked about Ben Johnson. And what the reporter asked him was this a Ben Johnson offense or a Dan Campbell offense? And Dan Campbell said this is the Detroit Lions offense, which tells me that Dan Campbell had a lot to do with the offense. Those extra wrinkles and trick plays, those were Ben Johnson's plays. And I think Dan Campbell brought the new coordinator in, Mr. Morton, to eliminate all those trick plays. And of course, there'll be some trickery, but not as much as Ben Johnson was throwing out there. And I think Dan Campbell's mindset is, as long as I got the triplets, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jared Goff, and Jameson Williams, we should be good on offense. Not mentioning DeMont and Laporta and Tim Patrick, the offense should be good. And last and not least, Dan Campbell says we did everything right last season. We just had a bad game. And I agree. When you have a bad defense or a depleted defense, you cannot make mistakes. And that's what happened. They made 5 turnovers, 4 with Jared Goff's. No one's mentioned it. All they're talking about is the defense. When you have a compromised defense, you cannot make those mistakes. So I agree with them. They got away with it when they battled the Texans and Goff had like 5 or 6 interceptions. But this time around, it's the playoffs. You cannot do that. But anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Let me know what you think about Dan Campbell's comments. BZ Sports, I'm gone.